the problem that we have here, there is a mine. There is a mining taking place 9 miles from here. So most time in the week, maybe from Thursdays, those bigger ones, their parents send them to go and sell, to go and find money. So most of them, they don't come to school maybe 2 or 3 days in the week. Presently, I have 135 pupils. Well, majority like to come to school. Others are just, in the middle. Since the opening of this school, I think this school has produced good pupils. Yes, some are in colleges, some have graduated, some are working now. Presently, when this mining is taking place in this place at Lamina, well, the children are no longer serious about education, most of them. Well, if there is education, because we want education, we don't want any war to be repeated in the country, because the kids have to learn. If there is war, when there was war, there was no school here. We have some graduates who hailed from this school. Yes, my son is one. He has done his first degree in business management. There are others that have done their HTC, others that have, BAs, in fact, who hailed from this school. Teaching is a noble profession. It's a vocation. I started teaching when I was very young. So I've grown to love the profession. And now that I'm a professional teacher, I'm very happy because I can't leave this job again to go and get another experience. So I'm very happy to be a teacher, especially teaching in my own village, my brothers and sisters, helping them to be educated.
In 1983, they built up this school. So they wanted one Kurumbo Kagbo, who was teaching at the RC school, Kamakwe, to come and take over this school. But he refused. They asked many teachers. Some say, I'm not going to the village. Some say, hey, that village is a bad village. So Mr. M.B. Moy thought it wise that he will convince me to come here. So he visited me with Father Vincent Monare. They told me if I could come here. I said, well, yes, I will go back to Kakuru. So they sent me here in 1984. And since then, here was all bush. So I tried. And since then, I'm still in this place. Many people tried to come over, but it's not possible. So when I opened up this school, the community was founded by Pakaba Conte. He too was a Muslim. The whole town, they were all Muslims. But something happened between him and the Imam. Then he told the Imam, he said, from today, I'm leaving your mosque. So he left the mosque. He organized all the family, the youths. He said, well, let's start a church. The people that now we want a church, what mission do we want? So luckily, one Bakari Samura, who is lettered, born of this place, told them, if you want to develop quickly, go to the Catholic mission. Well, I'm still giving them the advice. One, to forget about the worries of this world. Because even this morning I told them, worries. And let's put our hope to do the work of God. Through experience, what I've seen, I say, God, thank you today. Because every time I pray for anything, God must answer me. And to be generous, see, and to be active. Even last night I called my choir, spoke to them. You have to live in Him, do something wherein you could remember. I can go home at any time. I can die at any time. I'm old, I'm 60 plus. With all this work, what name are you going to live? So I'm talking to them every day.
My father is a farmer and my mother too was a farmer. So when I started schooling in 1969-70, I say. So our farm is about 3 miles off from town here, in a village called Kamalo. So every morning we go to school. After school, around 2, I have to go to the farm. Well, by then, I mean, one is forced to go to the farm because all the cooking is done there. So there is no alternative. If you want to eat, you have to go to the farm. So that's why most times when we call meetings, we have the community teachers association meeting, where we call the parents together and sensitize them on the essence of education, and especially to leave the kids to come to school, and then later they can even help them on their farms. About 45% of the kids in this school are coming from distant villages. Well, you see, the more one becomes educated, the more one it becomes enlightened, and the more you become enlightened, the more you are able to help your people. I say, because with education you are aware of the problems, I say, that brings about development. I say, so with the education which I have got, that also has served as an example for most of my relatives and even the kids that I'm teaching in school, and even some of the teachers here. So I think through education, I think that has given me that kind of eye-opening that has encouraged me and even the children that are coming to school here. Actually, the Catholic mission to me, has been a source of inspiration for me, especially when I was working as a catechist in the villages. That is how actually I got to know and work more with my people. I see, because the more you work with the people, the more you get to know them, you get to understand their own situation. Approximately 800 come to this. Yes, about 7 classrooms. Most time they have to work 2 hours. 2 hours, yes, 2 hours to enter. But actually it's pathetic. Even now, you have to see some kids come to school, they don't have even lunch to get. Some even don't take breakfast before coming. But imagine the time they will leave their homes to come to school. Recently the girls are increasing. So if you even look at the whole of the school, you see that the number of boys over the girls is very minimal. But about 45% of the school is girls. 45%. When you see most people that have succeeded in life today are those that have gone to school. So if you want to succeed in life, one way or the best way you can do it is to go to school.